Let's get ourselves onto YouTube so we can get this recorded for everybody. And it says it's being sent to YouTube. That's fantastic. So, good morning and welcome to Upper Body Monday. Let's make a start. Just get ourselves warmed up, jogging gently on the spot. Oh, one thing I forgot to do. Still jogging gently on the spot aside. Oops. Just warm our body up. Transition from sleeping to being waking to being moving. One thing most people don't realise, we don't do that instantaneously. Into star jumps. I probably do realise that quite inertly, actually. Okay, big star jumps. Anything that just gets those big joints moving. So one, and then back into just jumping in the spot. That's it. Nicely done. Okay. Right. We'll kick those out. Right, so this morning we're going to do 5 exercises specifically targeting our body, mainly our chest. So we're going to do some press-ups for our chest. We're going to do then the rest of the work's going to move onto our shoulders. So we're going to look at some shoulder presses, seated shoulder presses. We're going to go into some standing lateral raises. We're then going to go into some front raises. We haven't done those for a while. And we're going to go into some rear delt flies. So that's going to be our plan. So with our press-ups, I want to start by pressing up against a wall. So I'm going to use this piece of equipment. So normally you'd have your hands at shoulder width. Now you're going to press up down to the wall and squeeze your chest to push the wall away. We're going to do that for the first set. Second set we'll move further away from the wall. The last set we'll do on the floor. Then we're going to start with our shoulders. So we start off with our seated shoulder press. So as we sat down, going to bring our weights to just about shoulder height, elbows tucked under. We're going to keep them in line with our shoulders as we drive our hands up into the air by squeezing our shoulders, our medial delts, ones that go across the top of our shoulders, and slowly bring our arms back down. And then doing exactly the same again, drive them to the air, slowly bring them back down. From there, we're going to stand up straight, feet shoulder width apart. Let's go into our lateral raises. So again, concentrate on our medial delts. We're going to raise our arms up to shoulder height. And then again, slowly bring them back down. So fighting against gravity. If you look at that from the side, we make sure our thumb is lower than our little finger. Let's make sure we use our shoulders and not our biceps for moving the weights. From there, we're going to go into our front raises. So we can bring our arms around to the front of our body and literally just raising our arms up to shoulder height in front of us and slowly bring them back down. Again, just straight up to shoulder height and slowly back down. After that, we'll go into our bent over position, keeping our back nice and straight. Arms become levers, so just dangling in front of us. We're going to raise our arms to the side. Just stop before your shoulder blades start to move and slowly bring them back together. Over and slowly back down. Okay, any questions? No, in which case let's start with set number 1. I'll pop these back down for a moment. So find yourself a piece of wall. We're going to do some press-ups against the wall. Don't need to be too far away. Well, for this first set, we're going to move further away on set number 2. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, from there, grab hold of our weights. go into seated shoulder press. Find ourselves a seat, short waist up to our shoulders. Remember to drive them up to the ceiling and slowly back down. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, standing up as we move into our lateral raises. So bringing our arms up to shoulder height. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, moving the weights around in front of us, we'll go for front raises. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Into our bent over position as we go into our rear delts and keeping our back nice and straight. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, stand up straight, have a break, grab a drink. The timer on. Oh. Yeah, hope you had a good weekend. Did the last long run before the race next weekend, which is going to be quite good. Quite excited for that. Feeling comfortable I should be able to do 10 miles though now.
Yeah, I was never a runner, so I do everything on the bike. And when I was young, I ran a lot.
Yeah.
But because the trainer said that I had to run.
Oh dear. It's interesting. I was listening to an article where they're saying that some trainers were giving people running to do as a punishment, especially if running wasn't their sport. So a lot of people have a hang up about running because they think actually it's a punishment as opposed to being something good for them.
Now, in my case, basketball, it was used to first get faster, but second, it was many times it was punishment. If you didn't do the right tactics, then you had to do the killing runs. It's
The
like
running.
line back, line back, line back.
Oh yeah.
And if you're last, do it again. So
yeah.
if you don't touch the line with your hand, do it again. And that's discipline. But I think it was good.
Definitely. A bit like set number 2. Set number 2 is going to be great.
Always great. Sick.
So move back into doing our push-ups, moving ourselves a little bit further away from the wall this time. So hopefully feet are probably about 1 meter away from the wall. So what you should find is this is a little bit more pressure on your chest. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1. Squeeze your chest. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Grab and hold our weights. I'm going to take a seat. And go into our shoulder presses. Seated shoulder press. And concentrate our thoughts on our delts. Really feel them squeeze and try to squeeze this a little bit more as we drive our arms into the air. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Standing up straight. We'll go into our standing lateral raises. Again, keeping our thoughts and our mind in our shoulders. So really feel them squeeze as we're raising our arms. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Was it not 2 times 10, then 12, 15?
It is. You're right. Absolutely right, Frank. I'm just forgetting to count. Or
All fine. All good. I thought you had maybe said three series.
No, that should have been a 10. We were just feeling nice. Right, into front raises. And again, keeping our thoughts in our delts, but this time we should be feeling more of our anterior delts, those in the front of our body. So feel them squeeze as we raise our arms. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, back into our bent over position, ready for our rear delts. Focusing on our posterior delts, that little muscle. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, pop the weights down, have a break, grab a drink. I'll pop the timer on. Yeah. And it's amazing because at the time, I'll bet the teacher was teaching basketball, getting you to do the almost like the bleep test, isn't it?
Suicide line. Now I know. Suicide lines.
Suicide lines, that was it? Yeah, so they were probably thinking that was the best thing possible to do, not realizing that sometimes it sets up this psychological effect later on in life. And yeah, it's
But you know, when I was 37, I stopped with the highest level, and I went 2 divisions lower. And guess what? There I had a sergeant of the army who was a trainer. And when I was 37, I had my best condition ever.
Yeah.
And straight away, we won 2 times the championships. And guess what? We're back at the highest level again.
Yeah.
When I was 39, how?
Love it.
It was so good. It was so good. If I had that trainer 12 years before,
yep.
Oh my God, I don't know what I would have been 30% better.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was working with Mike the other day, and he was saying if because he came into doing a lot of sports fairly late in life, a bit like me. But he's doing really, really well. And he was just saying that actually, if he had been doing that 20 years young, when he was 20 years younger, when he had the strength and everything, he couldn't believe what he might have been able to achieve. Because, now he achieves like mountains and marathons and all sorts. Oh. Whoa, sorry. So, yeah. It's amazing.
Bless you. Bless
We
you.
can't live in the past, we can only live in the future. And the future's telling me set number 3's up.
It is.
Right. So move that a little bit further away from the wall. So for example, your feet might be 2 meters away from the wall. You should definitely feel there's a lot more pressure now on your chest. Make sure your hands are at shoulder height. I'm going to squeeze with our chest. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Standing back up, grabbing hold of our weights. As we go to sit down for our seated shoulder press. Arms on our shoulders, driving up to the ceiling. Fast on the way up, slow and controlled on the way down. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Standing upright. Let's go into the standing lateral raises. Again, faster on the way up, slower and controlled on the way down. Fight against gravity. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bring our arms around to the front as we go into front raises. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, into our bent over position as I go into our rear delts. You can do 12 of these, starting in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, standing upright again. Have a break, have a drink. Put the timer on. Oh. That's not the timer. That's the timer. Oh.
But the only thing what was not working anymore was the recovering.
Yeah.
If I had to play Friday, I think Monday I started to get something live in me back. You know? And sometimes when you play Sunday, my boss on Monday and Tuesday said, "Where are you?" You know, I was
Yeah.
It costed 48 hours or sometimes 3 days to and then you cannot start training again, and you have to wait 3 days otherwise. So that trainer was good. He said the older players can rest one more day, the Monday recovering day.
Yep.
But it was not good because everybody was noticing that you were not there. When I really played a good game.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. But your body does take a bit longer to recover, and well, yeah, that's the joy of getting a bit older. But at the same time, though it takes a bit longer to recover, you've actually got that natural strength that you've built up. So you've got a lot more strength, endurance, and power, because you've been training for so long. So there's swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, and it comes because I did Tuesday for the first time in 2 weeks. I did lower body, and straight away you can feel the muscles are there, but oh my God, they all came back, and your genes are feeling good, on your legs. But
Yeah.
oh my God.
Love it. Right, well, let's get straight to set number 4, our last and final set.
That's it.
Oh, pardon me. I picked up a cough. Right. I'm going to stick with wall push-ups. What I want you to do, though, is see if you can get maybe 2.5 meters away from the wall, as far as you can possibly go. So it's almost like you're stretching with your arms nearly straight against the wall. Again, keep that shoulder height. We're going to do 15 of these push-ups, starting in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. I'm holding some weights. We'll go sit down. Ready for our seated shoulder press. And bring it all together. So great form, driving straight up to the ceiling. Good connection with those medial delts. And great speed, fast on the way up, slow on the way down. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, standing up. We move back into our standing lateral raises. Again, bringing it all together. So a good form. Make sure we keep our arms straight. Our thumb low down, little finger. Speed-wise, fast on the way up, slow on the way down. And keep that connection with your shoulders. Really squeeze them to get as much out of them as you can. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and from there, bring our arms around to our front as we go into some front raises. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And from there, our last exercise of this morning into our rear delt. So 15 rear delt flies. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, pop the weights down, grab yourself a drink. That's the end of another upper body session for today. Also, hopefully you'll have an absolutely super day ahead, as always. We've got a full week this week, so I'm not traveling anywhere for a change. So see you hopefully tomorrow for lower body Tuesday, core Wednesday, upper body Thursday, and lower body Friday. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Have a great week.